University. Recently, a press conference was held by the president of Al-Mansoura University, Dr. Ashraf to launch the year-long activities to have this Golden Jubilee celebrated on the ground under the slogan of a great history and a promising future. And we are very much delighted to have with us here live in the studio Professor Dr. Ashraf حافظ, Vice President of Al-Mansoura University for Graduate Affairs and Research, to shed more light on the event and to say congratulations too. Sir, thank you very much for being with us and congratulations.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Good morning to you and to all of your viewers on Nile TV International.
Let's start, sir, immediately, as we do have a lot of questions, and let's start with a little bit brief idea about the history of Mansoura University, because we are talking about 50 years, and 50 years meaning that we are speaking about one of the oldest universities in Egypt.
So the idea of having a university in Mansoura city, you know, Mansoura city is an old city with 800 years of age. So the idea to have a university in Mansoura started by Minister Professor Taha Hussein in 1951, and the idea is to have a university for this high population in the east part of the Nile and East Delta. And then it didn't come through until 1962 with the start of Mansoura Faculty of Medicine. It was just a branch or under the authority of Cairo, the Great Cairo University. So 1962 was the start of the medical school in Mansoura University. And then in 1972, with a presidential decree, was the start of the East Delta University, which is Mansoura University. The name Mansoura University was given a year later, but from the beginning to everybody it was known as Mansoura University.
But now we are talking about 18 colleges or 18 faculties.
Yeah, we have, yes. So
would you please elaborate?
Yeah, so it's a big university, so we have 18 different faculties and a huge campus with 300 acres. So it's in a very nice area of the city of Mansoura, overlooking the Nile. The Mansoura residents shared in the initiation of Mansoura University through their donations and continuous donations till now.
But sir, we are not only speaking about the educational service, serving the activities. You know, all the time when I was looking even at the official Facebook page of Al-Mansoura University or the official accounts in general, I found that every day, not even every week or every month, there is a kind of an activity. With the share of the youth, with the graduates, with the undergraduates, with the postgraduates, how do you have this mix?
So the main difference between the child and the adult is growth. And the main difference between a school and the university is that the university is more interested in research and community services. That's the main difference between a school and the university. So that's why Mansoura University is not only interested in undergraduate and postgraduate education, but more importantly, research, and research that is directed to improving the community and adding value to the GDP of the country, and also community services in the form of convoys and in form of help in decent life program initiative. So the main interest is not only education, but creating educated undergraduates that once they are graduates, they can have a career. So we have a career development center that is main role is to train these undergraduates. How can they overcome the obstacles of business and work afterwards after they get the graduates. We have a lot of community services when it comes to the medical field. You know that Mansoura University hospitals, we have 9 different hospitals, started with the main building of Mansoura University, which is around 80 years old, and you know, the famous urology and nephrology center of Mansoura. So we are helping the community in many forms. In the medical field, that's a great sector of our community service. We have convoys to different...
I think that there were also new medical centers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we will have soon a liver transplant big center. You know that Mansoura University has transplanted liver transplant in 880 patients, which is a huge number from living-related donors. This is a huge number by any means.
Dr. Muhammad Abdul Wahab and his men. Yes.
Yeah. So he initiated that.
Yeah.
And the same for kidney transplant with more than 3,300 transplants.
Dr. Muhammad
Professor
Ghunaim. We are speaking about such names
so
who wrote their names in
so we
this
had
field.
A lot of big names over the years. And nowadays, Mansoura University administration is more focused on the young academic staff. So we have teams of young academic staffs who are between the age of 30 and 40, who have just finished their PhDs or MDs or have came from their scholars abroad in the United States or Europe. And they present the main core of activities and think tanks of the university currently and over the coming years.
At large, I mean, in different fields, in different domains. And in the same time, we can say that there are on the ground many accords and many agreements, many levels of cooperation between the Mansoura University and other universities worldwide. True?
Yeah. So when you look at different ranking systems for universities
in general
overall, so you will find the most prestigious ranking system is the Shanghai one, the Times one, and the US News one. And you'll find Mansoura University in the top 3 slots in all of these. And important pillar of that is the international collaboration between the universities and universities abroad and internationalization of Mansoura University. We are very interested in that. And when you look at research in Mansoura University in the last 3 years, you will find that 65% of our research is based on international collaboration. So this adds a lot of experience and know-how to faculty members in Mansoura University.
Digital transformation.
So that very important topic. We were the first university to have a communications and information center. And this is the software house of the university. So we have applications for on the mobile. It's called MyMans, when the students, staff and employee can log in with different services. We have different systems, software systems for university management, library management, accounting, and platform, online platform for teaching. And our softwares are used by many government and private universities in Egypt. So it constitutes an important part of our work. And it helped us a lot during the COVID-19 pandemic.
And sir, we cannot also miss speaking about those coming from, I think, all over the world to study in Mansoura University. We can find undergraduates, postgraduates, higher studies. I mean, you can find many nationalities. And this is something which I was really astonished when I knew the number of those who are affiliated to Mansoura University coming from other than the Arab region, I mean.
So Mansoura University is dedicated to providing educational programs that is suitable for anybody coming from any background and is suitable for the required jobs of the future. So we have international students, either undergraduate or postgraduate students from 45 different countries, and we have currently more than 5,000 international students enrolled into Mansoura University. So we are keen on that, and we have newer programs that will gain much more international students. Artificial intelligence program, different programs in engineering. We have the Mansoura Manchester combined program between Mansoura University and Manchester University in England. It's in medicine and dentistry, and we will have a new one with combined Mansoura Manchester program in pharmacy. We have coming programs, dual degrees, with the Faculty of Engineering, with world-class faculties in the United States and UK and Germany.
Let's go to the Golden Jubilee and the celebrations. First, I'd like you, sir, to elaborate on the slogan which was chosen for the year, or for the celebrations in general: a great history and a promising future.
So it's very important to look at the history to learn lessons, but it's more important to look in the future, and that's the plan for Mansoura University. We have a plan and a vision to be second to none when it comes to Egypt and in Africa and in the Arab world, and to be one of the best 100 universities worldwide in different ranking systems. So we are concentrating on research and research and research. We have programs for undergraduate and postgraduate education. We have a lot of community services that is helping the community, not only of Mansoura and not only for Dakhla, but for the whole of Egypt.
This is it, sir. I'm sorry for the interruption, but I'd like to know more about the cooperation and coordination at the same time between Mansoura University as a university and as an education institute, and other educational institutes in Egypt and research centers too, because we should build on what we have achieved already, not to start every time from scratch.
We have collaboration with different government universities in Egypt. We are sharing in the building of a new universities. It's non-profit university, Mansoura University, which is a non-profit university. You know, Aliyah universities that are getting popular these days. And we have collaboration with different universities, private universities and governmental universities. And we have contracts for educational programs for the private universities in nearby Mansoura. And we have collaboration with the Japanese Egyptian University, with Zuwail University, with Nile universities. And it's not only in under and postgraduate education, but more importantly in research.
Yeah. Sir, also, when I was just reviewing what was written on the official pages of the university, I found that a lot of activities took place during the pandemic in specific, and how Mansoura University shouldered the responsibility of spreading awareness and of participating in many activities just to tell the people, the layman in the street, how to deal with the whole issue, and starting even with those who are working, not only the staff, of course, but the employees, everyone who is working in our buildings in general. How was it, and how we can benefit from this experience?
So, COVID-19 time was a tough time for everybody on earth and for all universities, including Mansoura University. So, we had a plan for COVID-19 control and fighting in Mansoura University. This plan was adopted by the Supreme Council of Universities and was adopted all over Egyptian universities. And we continued education, but we have a very good online platform for education at that time. Now we are back to face education, but at that time we had online education. We have very good platform, online platform in Mansoura University, thanks to our Information Technology Center. And we had measures for postgraduate education, thesis defendants, and these issues. We have control and awareness providence to everybody, not only in the campus of Mansoura University, but to neighboring, not only Mansoura, but neighboring cities. And our community affairs sector shared in this spread of education and information. Also, we had a university hospital dedicated for COVID-19 patients. So we had a dedicated hospital of 130 beds dedicated for COVID-19. and it was initiated by Mansoura University with help of donations from residents of Mansoura, and we should appreciate that and thank them for that. And we served a lot of COVID-19 patients to help the Ministry of Health during this pandemic. So it was mainly online education, measures for control inside the university, and we were successful to make exams either online or face-to-face with security measures, and was
sir,
successful.
how many times you have repeated the word community?
Yeah, but
this is to say that CSR, or corporate social responsibilities rules, were implemented on the ground by Mansoura University in every field.
yeah.
True.
Yes, so the initiation of a university in a community all over the world makes a difference in the community. It leads to spread of knowledge. We had a lot of effort in the literacy eradication program, so we had a lot of efforts in improving the cultural standpoint. We were helping the governance of the Aliyah and all over the governance in helping them in traffics, in planning, city planning, in education, in cultural sector. So,
and all the time there are incentives for everyone who is doing great. You know how to say thank you.
Yes.
Whether he is or she, of course, is an employee or a graduate, an undergraduate. I do remember when, for example, a group of students of Mansoura University Faculty of Engineering had such a wonderful success in one of the international competitions. They were really honored by Dr. Ashraf Abdelbasit, and I think by all Egypt, and we were all happy for them. Same story happened with the geological great discovery of Mansourasaurus, this geological team, which also achieved a lot. I know, I mean, all the time there are successes and there are rewards. There are successes, there are research, and there are the results of these research announced. And this is what we call real success of an educational institute. If you want to elaborate on that, sir.
So, when it comes to research, which is important part of helping the community, Mansoura University is dedicated to funding research. So, 3 years ago, we were funding research from the university with 5 million Egyptian pounds per year. Last year, we funded research with 35 million Egyptian pounds, and we are planning to double this up next year. So, we have research incentives for researchers so as they can publish internationally. We fund new and advanced laboratories for excellent and young generation of staff persons, academic staff persons in the universities. And that's our plan. You know, this vertebrate center was funded, the guys this is the center with Hisham Salam and his team who discovered the Mansourasaurus. The whole center, which is the world-class center, was funded by the university. And still till now, the funding is mainly from the university. They had a grant from the STDF, the Science and Development Fund, with 9 million Egyptian pounds, but they are continuing to work. And we have a lot of world-class research centers that are funded by the university.
Yeah. Let's go to the Golden Jubilee and to the events which are going to take place during the academic year, how we are going to celebrate 50 years.
So the idea is to provide something beneficial to the academic staff, to the employee, to the students, and to the community. So the idea is not just celebrations, but meaningful celebrations that can help and add value. So we will have throughout the academic year different activities, whether interested in internationalization of the university's research, and new undergraduate programs, postgraduate programs, community services, meetings with different funding agencies from all over the world. So the idea, and a lot of cultural events for sure, but the main idea is to provide events that are both meaningful and add value to the university and to the community.
And you do care also about the talents of the students.
Sure.
I mean, I can find that in music, poetry, sports, I mean, in every domain, in every field, Mansoura University does care about all those who enjoy some talents and they let them shine. If you want to elaborate on this too.
Yeah, students, they share in all cultural events of and art events of the universities. And if you go to Mansoura University, I don't know when was the last time you visited the university, we have a nice campus, and throughout the campus you will find the touches of the Mansoura University students. So they share, they have the big share in that. We have also a world-class center, which was a collaboration between Mansoura University and USAID or USID, which is a center for I know it's a center for, I know the word.
Sir, I wanted to focus here, if you permit me, on your relations with the students. I mean, you are no more that far. You're all the time there with the student. I mean, the staff, the academics, the professors, even the president of the university himself, you would find photos with the students and the undergraduates or the postgraduates. This kind of a relation is unique, at least in a way. And I think that this is one of the main reasons why you are achieving this kind of success.
I think this is the normal, and it should be like that. So,
believe it or not, it was not like that. It became like that.
Yeah, but yeah. So it's very important because we have young generation of academic staff, and they have a very good opportunity nowadays. So they are more close to the students, and so we were able to gap this bridge, difference of age and culture and experience. So students have a big role in this, even deciding the future plans for the university. So
this is my coming question: strategies and plans. Of course, there are strategies and there are plans made for the academic year, for example, but whenever we are going on, some amendments, some modifications would be done. What are the factors which would give you this idea to modify, to amend what you've already put on your agenda?
First,
yeah,
we have a plan. And second, we listen. So we listen to students and to staff, mostly junior staff, and they have a big role and vision in planning for their career for the university. And we are looking to Egypt Vision 2030, 2030. This is an integral part of our plan, but we have a lot of modifications along with students and young academic staff vision.
Yeah. Professor Dr. Ashraf Hafiz, Vice President of Mansoura University for Graduates Affairs and Research. Thank you very much for your input, sir. Have a very good day and congratulations. Happy Golden Jubilee for our great Mansoura University. Graduate and proud.
Thank you personally, and thank you for all Nile TV international staff, and thank you for helping us to explorate Mansoura University to all of your viewers.
Thank you, sir. You're an added value to our program.
Thank you.
Well, by this we come to the end of this special part of our episode. Stay tuned only on Nile TV International, always for more.